Hi everyone. If you're watching this video, you are either considering buying a J5 or you have already bought a J5. This is how it comes. This is the crate that your J5 Power Dolly will arrive in. I'm going to show you how to unbox it, how to put the batteries in and get this thing going. So first thing, you need a square drive. I'll show you this. Of course, this thing is stuck. You need a square drive. In Canada, we call it a Robertson bit, but it's just a square drive bit. They're a typical wood screw. So we're just going to go around the top and take these screws all out. Okay, top screws are out. We're going to remove the lid now and have a look inside. Okay, so we're going to pull the top off. Have a little look in here. So there are some screws down the center, just a support for the lid. They can stay on there. And take this off out of the way. Now, when we have a look inside, come on over here and you can see. This would be the front of the machine and the back. And so there's just foam on here. We'll just take this foam off the top. Here's our machine inside. So, next step is we want to take the front of this crate off. We're going to put the batteries in and we can literally drive it out. So I'm going to get some more screws out of here. We're going to do the screws out of the front here. You see the front just comes right off. We'll get this out of the way. Now, we can see the front. We have on each side, there's a little rubber kind of a bungee clasp that holds these lids on. So we're just going to pull it down. We can open this guy up. We're going to do the same on this side. Open this up. Now have a look inside here. You can see there's a box. This is going to have our red battery clips. It's going to have our remote control. So we'll open this thing up. We've got this box here. This has got our 2 5/16 ball, a 2-inch ball, and a 1 7/8 trailer ball. We have our remote control, our remote charger, battery clips, and boots. So, if you want to come over here and take a look, this is what you're going to see inside. So here is your remote control. We have battery clips and the protective boots that just keep these things from shorting out. So the positives are red, the blacks are negative. Also inside is the charging base. This will basically just plug into a 120 outlet. It's a USB cord. And then on the charger itself, you can see we've got these little metal tanks here. These are the charge ports that will set on top of this. It just sets on there and the charge is automatic. You're going to have 6 of these battery clips. Each one of these will go on to a separate 12-volt battery. If you choose to buy the batteries from us, they will ship separately. You can buy them locally. They're a very common battery. If you're looking for them, they're a UB1235 is the group size of the battery. It's a 35 amp hour lead acid deep cycle battery. When you get these things in the battery, these little rubber boots, you're going to slide one on each of these. So black onto black, red onto red. I already have a set over here. These are just some old test batteries, but you'll get the idea. You're going to basically just take this. The screws come with the batteries when you buy them, whether from us or from someone else. And basically red to red, black to black. You'll bolt it on, tighten it up, slide the rubber boot over so none of the metal is exposed so it can't short. Do that 6 times. And what we're doing is we're taking 2 batteries, 2 batteries, 2 batteries. So we're making a double 12, a double 12, a double 12 to give you the 36 volt power. Now we're ready to install. 6 batteries are going to go in, and it doesn't matter what order. So if you look inside here again, we have a battery, kind of a restraining strap on each side that will go down in here. You'll see in the harness, we've got 3 clips here for 3 batteries on this side, 3 clips over here for 3 batteries on this side, and it does not matter what orientation you put those batteries in, they don't care. The harness just figures it out. All we need is 12 volts times 6, and we're good to go. So we will drop a battery in here, like so. Another battery, put the front one in with the terminals going to the back, like that. Forgive the dust, this is just a set of sample batteries. This guy will go in here. Now, again, it does not matter. So we clip battery. We're gonna turn this guy over. Battery, this guy up here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 connected. We're going to bring this up, snug it up. We can pull the strap tight. You'll also notice we've got our NOCO Genius 5 X3 charger here. When we get this thing turned on, you'll see the battery's got 3 options for charging. We have a deep cycle lead acid battery, we have a glass mat battery, we have a lithium battery. So we can do lithium, and on each battery we just push this button, you know, 1, 2, 3. So 1 would be there, that would be 2, that would be 3 to cycle through the type of battery we have. Then the rest is automatic, it's easy. I'm going to put the batteries over on this side. Okay, tighten this up. I do want to point out one thing real quick right now, that if you ever have an issue where all your batteries are connected, you're not getting the power, wiggle each one of these. Just give them a little bit of a wiggle to make sure they're all properly seated. That'd be the first thing to check if you're not getting the power. Okay, we can close this. You just pull down, let that sit in there. We'll leave this, well, I'll show you this in a bit. So we're gonna close this guy right now, snap that down. There's a strap here that during shipping it keeps the machine from moving around. So we're just gonna reach in and snip these guys. Okay. This one, this one. Now the machine is free. I have a utility knife, just gonna cut here. You'll see inside, we've got the 3 different balls. So 1 7/8, a 2-inch, a 2 5/16. So depending on the trailer size that you have, I'm gonna take our 2 5/16. This is a threaded bushing inside of here. We just set that in, thread that down. You get the idea, you can just crank it down all the way. Another option on our J5 unit is you'll see on the front here, you kind of have a universal mounting plate with all these different threaded holes in it. You can, or we can, make up any kind of custom attachment you want to put in there depending on what your use is. Whatever you have to move, this is a very versatile machine. So there's that. Now, other thing I want to show you, we have a 7-way trailer connector here. So when you have the machine on, plug your trailer wiring into this. It's going to give you your electric brakes. It'll also give you a 12-volt signal on the, what would be the reverse line for surge brakes. If you want, I've had customers call me internally. You can modify this if you need to run an electric jack or something else. That can be done. Important to know here is an E-stop. This E-stop, you do a basic quarter turn and it'll pop up. If you have any problems, step 1 is check that E-stop, because if that thing's down, the machine is dead. You're going to notice here, this is the communication antenna. So this radio set, it's a tiny antenna. It has a 1,000-foot range. So just know that if this thing does come off, there's just a little wire in there. This is just a protective thing. If that comes off, not the end of the world. It'll be fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to basically reach down in here right here, you're gonna feel there's 2 toggle switches, and you'll see them here when they come out. Right in here, you're just gonna reach around and yeah. So the second one, so there's one on the left and one on the right. The one on the left is gonna be your on-off power switch. The one on the right is a high-low. I recommend you keep the left one up, the right one down. Power will be on. Next thing we're gonna do is on our machine, or sorry, on the remote control, we're gonna hold the power button. It'll come on. You'll hear a couple of clicks inside the machine. That means that it is communicating. This green flashing light means it's communicating. If for some reason it's not, we've got to start over again. So we are going to hold that. Remote is off. Reach in here. Shut the left switch off, so the far one. In some rare cases, so we pair these at the factory, we do testing at the factory, but we might need to repair the remote. So to do that, the sequence is we're gonna press and hold the green button for 15 seconds. As we do that, at 13 seconds, you'll see the lights flash faster, and then we're gonna let go of this button. So I'm gonna hold this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, it's going faster now. I can let go. Now, I'm going to reach in and flick that far left button up, and then we'll hear it click, click. The machine is now paired. Okay, so the joystick is just basically right track forward, back, left track forward and back. We're just going to gently push equal amounts on both to drive straight out. There it goes out of the crate. Okay, that's the machine out. On the back side of the machine now, if you come over here, you'll see. So the batteries that I have in here are not fully charged, they're just some test batteries we have. You'll see a battery meter here that shows the state of charge. The green light shows your power on. This is the main on-off power switch. This is a high-low switch. So up is full speed. Down is going to give you 20% of full speed. So when you're driving, you'll still get 100% of the torque, just at a lower, slower speed. So you've got more precision and safety. You'll also see in here, this is the charging port. Open that up. It's a recessed male plug that you can plug into an extension cord and charge the batteries. So, very important, when you're charging the unit, I want the machine off. So the remote off, the main power switch off. So to shut it off, I'm going to hold the power button so that goes out. Turn this off until our green light goes out. So we know the machine is off itself. If we open this up, when I plug in, we'll be able to see the charger. So using an extension cord, I'm going to lift this up and just plug it in. Now if we come around here to the charger, so you'll see here once the charger is plugged in, we've got 3 12-volt batteries. What we're doing is we're combining 2 batteries to make 1 in each. So we've got 2 make 1, 2 make 1, 2 make 1. We've got 3 modes. We have AGM, glass mat, and lithium. So when we push the button, there's AGM, there's glass mat, there's lithium. We want to go on the glass mat, glass mat, glass mat. It's all set. Now, you're going to start seeing once you're there, you only have to do that the first time. From then on, every time you plug it in, it'll automatically go to the glass mat version. So you just plug it in. And these batteries are actually quite low. They're just test batteries we have in the shop here we use all the time. You'll see this kind of flashing red. As our charge progresses, you'll see the 2 lights light up, and the 3 lights light up, and then when it's fully charged, you'll see the green come up here. Okay, I'm going to turn the power back on. I've unplugged the charger. We'll turn the power back on, and we can talk about this head. Inside of here, we have a 1,500-pound electric linear actuator. So it'll obviously lift 1,500 pounds. Once it's up or down, you could put some more load on it, but for the most part, try not to overload it by going higher than 1,500 pounds. So once our power is on, we have, you can see our joysticks, which are for the TRAX. So this would be the right side, forward or back, the left side, forward or back. We obviously have an E-stop in case there's any kind of emergency. You hit that, it just kills the power. When that happens, you basically got to power down the entire machine and start again. So hold it to power off, turn it back on, power on. You'll hear the click click, that means that it's communicating now, and the blinking lights say it's communicating. Now, we also have an up and down arrow on the left and up and down arrow on the right. For this actuator here, we're using the left channel, and this is an auxiliary for something in the future if you need it. So if I just hold that up button on the left, the linear actuator starts to go up. And you can hold it, go up all the way through its full travel. It'll automatically spool out, so you can't over travel it, so it'll stop on its own. So you'll see how high it goes. Okay, so I'm still holding the button. I haven't let go. It automatically stops. And then the same thing in the down position. It'll go all the way down. But you can see now that you can drive up to your trailer tongue, raise the ball up underneath it. I want you to close the mechanism on the tongue, but that's it. And then you can just drive around and tow your trailer around. Or you can put, if you want some kind of a custom attachment for whatever, I don't know, but we can dream those up. And then all the way down again, I just hold the button. And I'm gonna keep holding it. It'll stop on its own. I'm not gonna let go because there's an automatic stop on the actual actuator. So there it stopped. I'm still holding the button, so you can't damage it. You can just hold it all the way up, all the way down. It knows on its own how to stop. On all of our dollies, we have a way to activate the trailer brakes, and also if you have a boat, how to disengage the surge brakes. 7-way plug right here, just like you would find on the back of a pickup truck or your towing vehicle. I have a little test light just so you can see what's going on. So when I put this thing in here, you're going to see basically one of those lights is the brake. One of them is your 12-volt power, which would be your reverse light on your towing vehicle, which basically cancels out the surge brake. So now, as soon as I have any kind of a throttle input, you'll see one light goes out, which will be your brake. So if I do a throttle input, that brake goes out. I let go. Same with the other track. Brake goes out. Comes back on. So as soon as you let go, your trailer brakes are active, and you've got the safety of the trailer brakes. Plus inside, there's 2 motors that each have their own independent disc brake that work backwards through all the gearing. So you've got some significant braking power. Okay, I'm going to show you about the track tensioning. You can see the unit here. We have basically our main drive wheel. We have these bogies. Each bogie, there's 2, 2, and 2 are good for 800 pounds of force. Then we have our front idler wheel. And then this whole mechanism here slides back and forth. You push it forward, and that's what gives you the tension in the track. If we come over here, we'll see kind of the naked version of this, how this is. Here's our drive wheel. This is a 1-inch steel plate wheel with a drive sprocket that goes to the motor inside. Track goes on here, rides on these bogie wheels. This track adjuster basically slides back and forth. So the idea behind this if you do need to adjust the tension of your tracks, you're going to somehow need to lift it up off the ground, whether it's on blocks of wood, a floor jack, whatever you might have, but you need to get it up. Now, everyone doesn't have this, but you'll have to just make do in the field. Once it's up, there's 2 bolts here that you can see. So we've got this one and this one. This guy is this is a bigger one here, and then there's a smaller one back here. So those will need to be loosened off a little bit so you can slide the track adjuster back and forth. Then you're going to come in here and you're going to tighten that. And as you tighten that, it's going to draw it forward. So when you're ready to adjust this, you need 3 different sockets. We have a 3/4 inch socket that's going to go on the end of this. It's a 6-inch long bolt, fully threaded. And generally what we'll do is you can use just a regular ratchet. We actually have some electric ratchets that we use. So obviously imagine that the track is on here. We're going to use a 3/4 inch socket with a regular ratchet, a power ratchet. That'll go on here. So you can see as I keep tightening, now it's pushing that track adjuster out. So it'll go to wherever it needs to. Once you get that out there, this is what you're looking for. As far as an adjustment, you're just kind of going to check the wiggle of that. You want it to go up and down like 3/4 of an inch, fairly snug. Okay? Once that is done, you're going to go in with a longer socket. And here we're going to use on this bolt, we're using, again, a 3/4 inch on that one. On this one, we're using a 1 1/8 socket. So the trick is, though, you will need to go up underneath through a hole in the track. So in those tracks in the center, these little square holes, you're going to find a hole that you can get through. Then you're going to slide the socket in, drop it in, and then you're going to go up. You can tighten it. And you want to get it basically really tight, as tight as you can. And then again back here, same thing with the 3/4 inch. You're going to imagine there's these little square holes, and if you have to, you can use the remote and just kind of really slowly adjust the track back and forth until you get it up through a hole. I got the wrong one, but basically you're going to go your 3/4 inch socket up onto that, tighten that guy up, get it cranked down as tight as you can, and that's it. So 3 bolts and you've adjusted the tracks. Easy peasy. As far as a routine maintenance, really the only big issue is going to be the batteries. Keep the batteries maintained, keep them charged. On the machine itself, you will see on each of these bearings, there's going to be a little grease zerk right there. So if you pull that off, if I can get it off, you'll see a little grease nipple. So you can get just a general purpose grease gun, a couple squirts of grease in there. Now, this is almost a moot point because this is designed as a high-speed bearing. The slow speed that this thing is going to turn at, that's going to last a lifetime with the grease that's in it, but if it makes you feel great, shoot some grease in it. Also, inside you will see in here, there is, I don't know if you can see it, but the drive chain. So there's a drive chain in there, and it's maybe easier to show you on this machine over here. The drive chain is a number 40 chain that will go through here, goes onto a sprocket on here that you can't see right now. Put a few drops of 3-in-1 oil, a 5-weight motor oil, just something to keep that from corroding. And really that's it. Keep the machine clean, there's nothing else to do.